Ellen is with us, and Ellen is in Illinois starting off this hour. Hi, Ellen. How are you?
Doing well. How are you, Dave?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Okay, me and my husband were both 54. We just started your baby steps back in November. And we have about, as of right now, about $88,000 still to pay on baby step 2.
Mm-hmm.
I suffer from a chronic heart lung condition.
Mm.
And my psychologist, who I love dearly and trust very well, asked me point blank last week when I was going to go on disability. Now, I'm not on IV medication. I'm not on oxygen yet. I do need to get myself a handicap placard now.
Mm-hmm.
I work as an IT technician. Most of my stuff is phone support.
Mm-hmm.
So it really shook me up. And I'm thinking, we're still in baby step 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we have next to no retirement.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have over $100,000 left on our house.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. I understand. So, what do you make, and what does your husband make?
My husband makes about $89,000, and I make $57,000 before taxes.
Okay.
That's gross.
Okay. So let's run out a worst case scenario. Let's just wave a wand, and today, poof, you are on SSI, government permanent disability. By the way, it's not waving a wand. It'll take months, maybe years. But anyway,
yeah.
Aside from the fact that we're dealing with that, but let's just say you went from $57,000 to $20,000 a year.
Oh, $20,000. Okay.
Okay. Probably what it is. Might be 30. I don't know, but somewhere in there, somewhere between there is probably where your SSI will land. And doing that, you are also allowed to work a certain amount, and you could do some IT, from home, part-time, on your own schedule, contract-wise. Okay?
Okay.
And so you could add another $10,000, we'll say, if that's what they allow. Let's say they allow that. Okay? So we've got 20, 30. We've either got $30,000 or $40,000 worth of income instead of 57. Your husband makes 90. So you've got a household income in excess of $100,000. You're 54 years old. I'm not panicking.
I'm just overwhelmed.
I know, but did you hear the math I just did?
Yes,
okay.
I did.
Because the way to not be overwhelmed is to have a plan to eat the elephant. You eat an elephant a bite at a time. And you're overwhelmed because there's an elephant standing in front of you called $80,000 worth of debt, $100,000 mortgage, and no retirement. 3 big things called an elephant, right? So
yes.
What are we going to do? Well, we're a family. Apart from the fact that you physically are suffering and hurting with these ailments, but apart from that, you're a family that makes in excess of $100,000 and would continue to make in excess of $100,000 in Illinois, and you can pay off debt, pay off your mortgage, and build some wealth. I mean, you've got 10, 15 years or more to do that of your husband's working life left. And so, I think this is very doable. Are you going to end up worth $10 million? Oh, I doubt it unless something changes in this story, but it can change. But I think you can move towards disability if that's truly where you are. Now, your psychologist is not a medical doctor, neither am I, so you need to talk to one about whether you're disabled or not. I don't know. I assume you are based on what you're saying, okay? But if you just run that idea to ground and you say, okay, I'm going to start the process of permanent disability, which is going to involve part-time work and a disability income from the government. In addition to my husband's $90,000, we're going to get on that budget and we're going to work through $80,000 worth of debt, just like we were before, because it really doesn't change your equation, but about $20,000 a year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you're making 57. If you make 30 on disability and another 10, that's 40. That's $17,000 difference. So if it's 27, it's still you're gonna be fine because your husband has a really good income, and you will still have some income coming in. It's not like you're going from 57 to zero. So that's my point. I think if that's the way this is going to unfold, then you're going to be fine. Oh, and by the way, it's going to take a year to get there, so you're going to make 57 this year. One more year in this equation, and you're going to make that much more progress in the process. So applying for disability, I don't think means you just have to quit. I don't know. You need to check on that, find out exactly what the process is to be declared by your medical physician disabled, not your psychologist, and then have that done in such a way that you will be approved for your government SSI, which, when you turn 65, you would convert that just to Social Security at that point. And again, your husband is going to work from now till probably 70. Most people do these days. And you guys are going to be just fine. These numbers work. You're going to be okay.